So OTAs are done. No football for 6 weeks. What are we going to do?
Step back and watch the step cook.
You own 17 birds. Big ring, I play for the 17 birds. Hit my line if you own 17 birds. Big ring, I play for the 17 birds. I know a guy if you own 17 birds. Big ring, I play for the 17 birds. I know a guy if you own 17 birds. Big ring, I play for the 17 birds. Yeah, I'm from the 17th.
Sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. Yeah. Lil Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I am the best reporting on the Eagles. Listen, before we get into the meat and potatoes, I gotta let you know, I'm going to let you know that this video was brought to you by Manscaped. Big Manscaped in the building, providing you nothing but the latest and greatest cutting-edge technology in terms of keeping today's man groomed. Father's Day coming up. Use code Brunson, save 20% off, get the free shipping, and the free shipping I for that for y'all. Quick shout out to my people at Inside the Hash, man, for the fire intro, man. They helped me bring 17 Birds a little more to life. Shout out to y'all, and shout out to everybody that's been streaming 17 Birds. If you haven't heard the song yet, it's on all streaming platforms. Just type in Lil Brunson 17 Birds and it'll pop up for you, as well as all of the other music I've been dropping lately. I got some new music coming out. Probably next week I'll drop something else new. But yeah, man, let's talk about these OTAs real quick, man. Listen, OTAs have come to an end. The Philadelphia Eagles had a league low 6 OTAs without minicamp, so we'll be a team not participating in minicamp at all. Like I said, 6 OTAs. You know, we had a lot of guys missing. Fletcher was out the whole last week when OTAs kicked off. He was there today, which was a welcoming sign. You know, Fletcher Cox talked about, you know, sharing information, spreading information, and, you know, making sure he does his part in bringing guys up to snuff as fast as possible. You got to respect that from your vet. You just got to do it, man. You got to respect that from your vet at the defensive tackle position, especially knowing that we drafted a guy in Jordan Davis, who we'll talk about in a minute, to kind of take over once Fletcher Cox decides to hang it up, or to be a dominant wrecking force next to Fletcher Cox for a few more years that Fletcher Cox got left in the tank. So, you know, I respect OG Fletcher Cox. You know, OG Fletcher Cox is a part of the original 17 Birds, you know, the team that won the Super Bowl. And, you know, OG Fletch, man, just going to be around and he's going to cause havoc this year. He's going to wreak havoc. And, you know, guys like Fletch don't need to be at OTA. So it is what it is with that. Isaac Seumalo, man, moved over to right guard. A lot of people thought that was going, a lot of people suspected that with the dominance that Jordan Mailata and, how am I forgetting my guy's name? Landon Dickerson, what they showed on the left side of that line. Pretty dominant. We know what they bring to the table. Isaac Seumalo was holding his own. Actually looks good. Listen, it's hard to look bad next to Kelsey and next to Lane Johnson. So I expect whoever the beater look good. But Isaac Seumalo is comfortable with the guys. He's not a new cog that you put into this well-oiled engine. So I'm glad that we were able to, you know, keep players around, that we could move around the line. Howie Roseman was smart in that aspect. So, you know, shout out to Isaac Seumalo, man. Let's stay on the offensive line for a minute. So, you know, reports are coming out that Jordan Mailata is looking like he's in terrific shape. They didn't say anything about how Landon Dickerson looked as far as shape goes, but they did talk about Andre Dillard. You know what I mean? I caught some of the Jacket media, them talking about the OTAs, and one thing that Barrett Brooks said that stood out to me about Jordan Mailata was this. He said he's surprised that he's still on the team. You know, a lot of people kind of laughed when he said it, but it's like, no, I'm surprised he's still on the team with how good he looks. You know what I mean? He could start somewhere. He said he looks like a starting left tackle. You know, just in terms of OTAs, he looks like the starter. You know what I mean? And you know, we know he's not the starter because, you know, Jordan Mailata is that. But to have that depth right there at your quarterback's blind spot is detrimental, man. You got two guys who could start in this league at left tackle. It just speaks volumes again to Howie Roseman and what Howie Roseman was able to accomplish. Jalen Reagor wasn't there. You haven't really heard much about Jalen Reagor in terms of OTAs go. He was dealing with a lot of personal stuff for these OTAs. It was only 6. But for the finale, if he was available, you kind of want to see a guy who got something to prove be out there with the team and making some stuff happen. You kind of want to see that. So, you know, kind of a bummer him not being there, but it is what it is, man. They say Jalen Hurts is out there nullifying arm strength concerns. So I'm reading this directly from Philly Sports Network. You know, they always up to speed with real good updates. So they say Jalen Hurts is nullifying some of the arm strength concerns. I mean, when you look at how OTAs have went so far, you've heard about Jalen Hurts dropping 40-yard bombs into the bucket of wide receivers. You heard about Jalen Hurts throwing pinpoint passes. Jalen Hurts looking good, looking better on a deep ball than what he looked last year. He ain't underthrowing you, he's overthrowing you. And that's always a sign that you just got to work on timing and you got to get used to the wide receivers that's on your roster. So Jalen Hurts is showing the progression. We saw it in his throwing motion when the highlight videos popped up when OTA started. We seen that he's been working. He's not the same quarterback, and I expect him to only go up from here. So Jalen Hurts had a decent OTAs, had a good OTAs. Like today, for example, I believe he was like 11 for 14 with 2 touchdowns. On the other hand, Gardner Minshew was like 8 for like 11 or something like that. No touchdowns and 1 pick. The pick thrown by Gardner Minshew came at the hands of a tipped ball by Kaiser White or Davion Teller. Kaiser White tipped it and it went into the hands of Davion Teller. So listen, the linebackers are looking much more active. We got new linebackers. Listen, we can't forget about Davion Teller. You can't forget about what he brings to the table. So it's good to see that guys are getting into passing lanes and guys are making stuff happen. You know what I'm saying? John Hightower, he caught a 40-yard bomb. Quez Watkins caught a 40-yard bomb. Speaking of Quez Watkins, punt return duties had to kind of shift into the favor of, Quez Watkins, Greg Ward, and the undrafted rookie free agent. I keep forgetting his name. I don't want to butcher his name, but Covington, we know who I'm talking about. So, I don't want Quez back there. I don't think that's the right place for Quez Watkins to be. Quez Watkins is the third wide receiver on his team after A.J. Brown and after Devontae Smith. What that means is that if one of those guys were to go down, Quez Watkins would step right into a prominent position, a really, really decent position to where he would be a part of the offensive game plan no matter what. He's still a part of the game plan being that third wide receiver, but his role, Quez Watkins is an important piece to how far this team could go. An important piece. When teams can find multiple use cases for you, like, okay, we know you're a decent wide receiver, but you also got the speed to field punts. You're valuable to the team. We were having a hard time finding where Jalen Reagor was valuable. He's not that valuable to us as a wide receiver, and he's not been that solid for us as a punt returner. So being as though he has that dual value to us, Quez Watkins is extremely important to the success of this team. Let's talk about other guys with dual value. Listen, Arcega-Whiteside can catch passes. He can run after the catch. He's a little slower than your average wide receiver, which is why his dual value has him sitting, as a tight end right now. And it's not looking bad from a lot of reports that I'm hearing from OTAs. It's looking really, really serviceable, and it's looking like one of the best moves that Howie Roseman and the front office has made, during the course of this offseason. I think it's some life there for him, so we're going to continue to monitor that. Listen, man, OTAs come to a wrap. It's a wrap for OTAs. We're going to be sitting idle with no live football, nothing to pick apart for 6 weeks. Minicamp don't start till about July 24th. It's the summertime. We got to enjoy the content that we're able to spill out. You know what I mean? It is what it is. The nature of the beast for the offseason. But like I said, good content creators always will find content. So all your favorite Eagles content creators, I have no doubt in my mind that they're always going to be uploading and keeping guys, up to speed in that aspect. So it's remarkable, to see the development and to see the pieces that this team put together. They did talk about Jordan Davis as well. He's ready to go. They say Jordan Davis is ready to go. The more football that he plays in Midnight Green, the more it looks like he was the best situation for us, and we made the right pick with that first pick. I'm not mad at none of that. So, like I said, we're going to continue to monitor these situations. We're going to keep everybody up to speed with OTAs. Mini camp is around the corner. I'm just praying for the wealth and the health of all of the players. I hope these guys stay wealthy in spirit because they're already wealthy, and just healthy overall because we got a huge season ahead of us, man. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know, some of your best takeaways from OTAs. And, it's a wrap for OTAs. I hope the guys learned something from it.